was splashing and Soldier the Game Splitter. Meanwhile, while J. Cole finna make $1.5 million in revenue off of album sales in his first week, while Moneybagg Yo selling hundreds and 60s and 50+ thousand units per week, still at #1, while Pooh Shiesty at gold with 500,000 plus sales, while Nicki Minaj finna take back over and everybody doing their thing, Kodak making his way back in. You got Lil Baby on the other hand making powerful moves, not boss moves, no, powerful moves. Understand what's going on. See, Lil Baby been making a lot of powerful moves lately, yeah. He been teaming up with the leaders of the Black Lives Matter movement, Tamika Mary. He been linking up with Kamala Harris and Biden and all these people, rubbing shoulders with these powerful people, with a lot of these gatekeepers. It's bigger than rap, bigger than CEOs like Jay-Z, Def Jam, Jimmy Iovine, Sony Records, Jive Records, Koch Records. Nah, he going above them. See, it's one thing, yeah, you can rub shoulders and be cool with Diddy and they gatekeepers and Jay, yeah. But only thing they can do is put a good word in for you with all the stuff they've been doing. All the rituals and everything, all the work they done put in, all the favors they done did for them. But if you linking up and rubbing shoulders and you skipping them and you going to the same people who they're ask, because you got to understand, Kamala Harris, if she put the word in, it's going to get done. Biden in office, she say, do this, sign this, it's going to happen. She say, no, Joe, you got to sign this. Do this for me. Because if Jay said or Diddy said or anybody else that's under them or on their same level, if they said, it still got to, especially if you black, it still got to go through Kamala first, then it go to Joe. Understand that? So they still can be like 50-50 with the yes or the no. Or maybe like 60-40 or 70-30. But it's still 30% a no. We can't do it. Not with him. But if Kamala say it, it ain't no, yeah, we doing it. Understand that? See, the thing is with Lil Baby is he way smarter than what we think. And that's from people who he rub shoulders with, business investments, all the way to he go in that booth when he spitting the 16. You ain't hear what he said in interviews? That's why he say he watched what he say in songs. He already knew where he want to go. See, certain rappers, a lot of rappers, the average rapper, he care about selling the most, right? He care about getting a lot of money a show. If they get to that 80,000, if they get over 50,000 a show, they really feel like they better than the average, which they are. You know, they care about things like that, just being better than the average artist. Whether it's still doing street activities and still staying on the streets and still getting their rep on, still pleasing the fans from both sides, the street fans and the regular fans, getting a whole bunch of money, at shows, doing hits, messing with industry chicks. They mind on, a lot of these rappers mind on that right there, driving the newest cars, switching them out, staying in designer and all that stuff, on designer drugs. But Lil Baby, nah, he want to go farther. He understand already, probably from the get-go, politics. He understand it's all about, it ain't about your talent. It is a little bit, and especially in the beginning. But once you get the fans, now it's all about who you know, who can vouch for you. And we ain't talking about P at QC. We ain't talking about Coach K. We ain't talking about no label heads. Who you know that can vouch for you when you get in them courtrooms, when you get in them big doors, when you want to make big investments. When you want to make big investments, in order for them to take your money, you got to know this person and that person and that person. And they got to say, yeah, he can come in, he can join in. Even when they'll tell you about investments that you don't know about that's going to pop off and make you millions. And you be the face of it. See, that's why Lil Baby won't go so dark on that music. He won't put all that demon energy out. Nah. He talk about it a little teeny bit. You ain't going to get him to say no, he's smoking on no ops or none of that. He ain't going to go down that road. And his fan base don't even care if he do or not. Because they like how he coming now. Of course he'll team up with Lil Durk. That's just to get his fans and that side. Because they got money too. They money green too. They spend too. They help fill them seats up in them shows. They buy them streams too. They go to them concerts too. Their way is geared too. He come out with a clothing line. If he ain't already got one, they'll buy it when he promoting too. But you ain't gonna get him to diss no dead ops or none of that there. Understand? Now with Lil Durk, he can't rub shoulders with them people like that. Yeah, they might take a picture with him. Don't get that misconstrued. Just because you see them take a picture, and no, they don't mean that, yeah, they having big conversations and they want to make an agreement. Understand? Yeah, they might take a picture with him, but he can't because he do too much demon talk. They don't want, that's too close to the streets. That's too close to the dark energy. So Kamala and Biden ain't going to really, protect that. They ain't. Not just on the strength of dirt. No, the best thing Dirt can do is rub shoulders with the government in Chicago, or get up under Jay-Z or P. Diddy, a gatekeeper like that. He can do something like that, but he can't do nothing big with under Biden or Camilla and Tamika Mary. They ain't gonna stand by him. They ain't gonna, what I mean by that, they ain't gonna cuff him under their wing. Understand that. When I mean by cuffing under the wing, I'm just saying doing business with them. Not they gotta be under, nah, just doing business with them, stamping them, letting them in, sparing them, being part of the family. Now the pros for Biden and Camilla taking Lil Baby under their wing, embracing them, and giving them the game and having conversations with them. The pros for them would be when Biden run again, second term, with Lil Baby at forefront, one of the ones, they can win a lot of young black voters or anybody who he influenced. Understand that. So that'd be good for Joe. You got to understand politics. By Biden and Camilla embracing Lil Baby, it's easy for them to enforce agendas on the youth, even the older crowd. Whether that's taking the vaccine shot, voting, pushing a new law, or coming to certain events, and they need him to show up so the youth can pay attention and look and attend the show, and they can reach higher volume, higher traction for views on certain channels, certain networks. When they do meetings and speeches and everything, it's all a numbers game. The TV numbers will be big, just like the people who attend the live meeting, the live conference will be big. And of course, it won't just be him now. It'll be him, Beyonce, Jay, P. Diddy, Rihanna, people like that. Maybe Drake, and whoever else will fall in line. Some top level actors. That's what it's going to be. He scratched their back, they scratch his back when needed. Now, what's the pros for Lil Baby doing this with Camilla? More money, more wealth, more business investments, more power, get out of jail free cards, all that. Powerful friendships. Understand that, man. Get out of jail free cards, not only for him, maybe for some of his artists. Depends on what the charge is, even with him too. Depends on what the charge is and what kind of evidence they got. So say he get caught with a gun and he a convicted felon and the judge give him a year or 2 years, state. They easily sign off, pardon him. He back out on the streets. Stuff like that, drugs. He can get locked up, it'll go away. Sometimes they can find stuff on him and they don't even arrest him. Nobody don't ever hear about it. So this conversation really based off if Camilla really gonna embrace Lil Baby and they just wasn't talking and taking a picture. If they really gonna get locked in and she gonna really take him in, yeah, like even signing with 4PF would be a good move, a better move. Take the lesser money and sign with him, because now he got power and he rubbing shoulders with the big dogs, the real big dogs. And yeah, he could put in a word for you if you get into an issue. He could tell you, he can get the alert and get the heads up and tell you what not to do. Now, it's a lot of cons that come with it. We really don't got to get into all that. I think people know what the cons is if he disobey. Because this is a real family. This is a real type. This ain't no, yeah, you chilling with one of them R&B singers. Nah, this ain't no, yeah, you just teamed up with Diddy or Jay type and y'all just vibing with Drake. No, if you break these rules, it's a lot of cons that got to take place. And whether it got to be light penalties or heavy penalties. Even some you can't even come back from. Depends on what you do and how you be disobedient. But that's if everything is locked in, they doing business and they really gonna scratch each other back. More so he got to scratch their back than they scratching his, because he need them. They don't really need him. Not like that. They can use him and they appreciate the help and they would love the help, but they don't need him. Understand that. With or without him, they got all the power and he don't. But they can use some of his influence he got. His face card. That's what it's all about. All rappers can't even get this type of conversation. Can't even stand beside her. So now you'll hear less violence in Lil Baby music, which it never was too crazy or too heavy from the get-go. But when it comes to chopping his single for the radio and what he gonna put out for the album, it ain't gonna be too crazy. It ain't gonna be too crazy out the way. Because Lil Baby, he trying to get real wealthy. He want them endorsement deals. That's why he ain't gonna do all the tattoos. Nah, you ain't gonna see Lil Baby do all 1,000 tattoos all over the face and all over the neck. And nah, he ain't gonna do all that though. I'm telling you, he ain't gonna do a lot of drama where he getting arrested, beating up females, and getting caught up with this and that, and all this drama. it ain't gonna happen. Nah. Because Lil Baby trying to get wealthy, and Lil Baby trying to be a gatekeeper. Lil Baby trying to be real powerful. If you think Lil Baby finna be dropping albums for the next 10 years, nah. Next 5 years, nah. He gonna be kicking his feet up, big CEO status, and have a whole bunch of artists on his belt. Have a whole bunch of real estate in his belt. Have a whole bunch of trucks and a whole bunch of stocks and the right stocks and a whole bunch. He might even get a percentage in the oil. He might get a percentage in the next big company that's finna take over. It could be Teslas. It could be with these automated trucks that's finna come, or these cars, that electric cars. Never know. They'll let you get in these doors. They'll let you get in these spots. Let you put your money in. When you rubbing shoulders with the right people, you can't just have the money. Nah, you can't just have the money and put your money in certain investments. Nah, they gotta say, yo, understand that, man, and that's the way he going. But that's if that conversation they had was more than just a regular conversation. It was a real one. Like, yeah, I'm gonna look out for you, you look out for me, and we're gonna do what we gotta do. We don't gotta explain it. I already know the rules. I already know everything. Just tell me what I need to do. And watch, you'll see the change. You'll see him switch up his voice when he talking to, when he in front of certain different groups. He'll talk street in front of the street guys, and he'll talk proper in front of the proper people to get the check, which that's smart. What you gonna talk like you from the hood in Atlanta for in front of people that can give you billions and millions? They can give you all this property. They can give you anything you trying to do. What you gonna talk like all that gutter talk for? Nah, you talk like that around your folks around the way where it's accepted at. And he only got to talk like that for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, a meeting, a conversation. That wouldn't hurt you. That's just politics, and that's just how the game go. But that's my take on this situation right here, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, man. Go.